Hello, fellow detectorists. Yes, here we are again. Now, today it is Saturday the 3rd of November. It's basically bonfire night weekend. The weather's not too bad. It's cold, it's only about 6 or 7 degrees. But it should stay dry. We might even get a little bit of sun. And they do speak of it actually getting a little bit milder as well, but we'll see what happens. I'm in my sort of winter weather gear at the moment because I knew it was going to be cold up here today, but we'll see how we go. I mean, this field is the field I've been waiting to get onto. As you know, a couple of weeks ago I came up here and gave it another try, but it was very, very roughly ploughed and it was hard going, so I went on the smoother fields behind me and spent the rest of the day there. But I'm going to try it on here because this is where I had most of my finds in the past. But I'm half expecting the farmer to come out and tell me that this has been seeded now, and probably be the last time that I can come on here. But there are other fields here on my permission number 1, which is where I am, where I can go. So anyway, I'll get on with it. I'll say goodbye for now and we'll see what comes out, and we'll see what the first find is. Bye for now. Hello folks, well, we just had our first find, and I did find it with the metal detector, but it is practically on the surface. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right next to that white stone. But I'll go down and pick it up. It does look like a coin, so we might have got our first coin of the day. Yes, there we go. It looks like it could be it's only a halfpenny. I'm going to have to clean this up later to get a better look at it. But that's not a bad start. That's our first find. Great. It's possibly a George II or George III halfpenny. Anyway, bye for now. Let's see what comes out next. Here we go folks, our second target. I thought was going to be another coin at first. Quite big, very thin. But after I gave it just a bit of a wipe, you can see there's a central dot there, so that was unfortunately a big button. There's nothing on it. That's target number 2, and it's just a big button. Anyway, let's carry on. Here we go folks, got another find, and this time it looks like it might be the remains, or what's left of a little bag seal. As you can see on it, it's got some markings on it, but I should imagine that's what that is. You can see a very thin, squished sandwich sort of effect, and on the back it's got some what looks like fairly modern actually numbers, but I'll give it a bit of a wash when I get home and I'll take some pictures. Anyway, we'll carry on. Here we go, folks. Our next find, just down here, is what I think is a horse tack buckle. Would have been on a, could have been a belt buckle, but I think that's probably more than likely off of horse bridle wear, something like that. Anyway, let's carry on. See what the next one is. Here we go, folks. Just had another find here, and this one's quite interesting. At first I thought it might have been a bit of modern machinery. I mean, it could still be, but it looks quite old to me, and that square is a bit crudely positioned in the centre of this, so this could be older than I think, but what it is I don't know. Now if that cut square wasn't in the middle there, I'd say that that could possibly be a coin weight, because it looks like it's got the age to it, but with the square in the middle, you see it's not quite, I know it's pretty close, but it's not quite central. So what that is, I don't know. Anyway, let's carry on. Now then, here we go, folks. I've got quite a good target down here, so whilst I'm at it, I'll do a live dig. But right next to it, I noticed this on the surface. It's a bit glass, but what could that be to? It's not the top of a bottle. It's the bottom glass bit of something. But what would that be to? How strange. Obviously I didn't detect it, I saw it on the surface, but any ideas on that? Let me know, please. Strange. I can't think of anything off the top of my head at the moment. Anyway, let's see what this live dig is. Out. Sounds very, very good, but sounds too good actually. As you can see there, look, it's one of these very crude cast rings. There's lots of different ideas what these could have been used for. I should imagine it was just an easy way of connecting stuff together, I should imagine, items together, but who knows. Like I say, they are very, very crudely cast, but I'll clean it up. Anyway, let's carry on. Here we go, folks. Just had another find, and this is a interesting one, to say the least. This is it. As you can see, I think it's bronze. It's got the sort of patina in the end, and a bit of this sort of typical sort of bronze corrosion. I think that end is broken off. There probably would have been another joint on the end there. But what is that? There's a bit of decoration around these lumps. So what on earth was that? This end looks like it might have been seating in something. That's my guess. But what is that? I thought it was at first when it's covered in dirt, I thought it was an old tyre valve. Then I thought it was a toy cannon. But no, I don't think it's any of those. That's a strange one. If anybody out there knows what this is, again, please let me know. Weird. Anyway, let's see what we find next. Hello folks, just had another nice little find here. I'm not far from where I last year had a little lead figure. It was a little border collie dog, and I've just got this. Look, this looks like a little lead goose. It could be a duck. But who knows? I've got a funny feeling this might have been a necklace charm, because it's got a hole at the front and a hole at the back. So I wonder if something was threaded through this and it might have been actually worn. I don't think it's that old. You can see a lead mould mark all the way around it. I know you can get some very old little lead figures, but this one, I don't know. Still, that's quite nice. I'm pleased I found it. Anyway, let's carry on. I'm now coming up to a place on this field where, not this Christmas just gone, but the Christmas before, when there was rape in this field, I found an area where I was getting quite a few hammered coins from. So now this field has been ploughed, I want to give that a go. Anyway, let's carry on. Hello folks, just had a nice little target here. It's come out from just the other side of my detector, and yes, I got a nice little, what looks like a little Edward farthing. Now, if you can see that or not, it's very, very small. Trying to make sure I got it the right way round. I think it's that way round. I think I can just make out a D and a W over this side. So that's lovely. I think it's a little Edward the first farthing. It's definitely farthing sized. It is very, very small. But yeah, that's great. That's lovely. Anyway, let's carry on. Bye for now. Hello folks. Now you remember a couple of weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago now, I had that small, well I say small, it's about 2 or 3 inches long lead needle. And somebody suggested it might have been a stylus that was hung around somebody's neck at one time. Well, look what's just come up. This is a piece of lead, and it has got a hole all the way through the end, but obviously this one has been snapped off either on purpose or by mistake. So that's interesting. So maybe these are styluses or net needles or something like that. But how about that? I should go and get another one to come up, albeit broken, but that's interesting. Anyway, we'll carry on. Bye for now. Here we go folks, I've got another suspicious looking target here. It might not be anything that good, or it could be possibly the next hammered coin. Anyway, let's have a look at this. You see, just see the edge of it there poking out. Let's see what this is very carefully. Oh, that's interesting. At the moment I would guess that that's possibly a love token. Oh, this looks nice. Oh yes, how about this folks? Now, can we make out what it is? It's a lovely big hammered coin. Give me a moment and I will do a quick clean up and see if I can't make out what it is. Back in a moment. Right then folks, yes, I've just given this coin a bit of a clean up and you can see where it's come from. And it is, I'm pretty sure, a Elizabeth the first sixpence. How about that? You can just make out her head on the front of this. We often hear people saying that the Elizabeth the first coins, the portrait always seems to be rubbed out on them, and nobody seems to know why. Whether they were just badly hammered or what, I don't know. But that's what I think that is, Elizabeth I sixpence, and that is absolutely great. You can see the shield on the back. That's lovely, look at that. I have had other Elizabeth I hammered coins, but I don't think I've ever had one this big before. That's brilliant. You can just make out actually around the edge here, E, L, I, and then the bottom of the Z, then an A. So it's definitely an Elizabeth. Anyway, let's carry on. Bye for now. Well folks, here we go, we've got our next find, and I'm a bit unsure about this. It looks like part of a spoon, as I'm sure you'll probably agree, but it's a weird shape down the end here. I'm not quite sure what this is, and it looks like it's been cut or snapped off. I really don't know what. It looks as though it might have had a handle coming off up here, as if it probably was a spoon, but it's not pewter. It's more like a coppery type material. I wonder if this was maybe a little hanger or something like that at one time, rather than an actual spoon bowl. I'll give it a clean up later and see if I can't see anything on it. It looks like a spoon bowl, but I don't know, it's the wrong shape down here at the end. Anyway, let's carry on. Here we go folks, got another find, and this time I think it's pewter, but I'm not 100% sure, and I think at one time this might have been decorated. I think it's got some decoration on this. It's definitely got an edge to it, both sides, so I'm going to give this a soak and just see if anything comes out on it. Not quite sure what that used to be. But anyway, let's carry on. See what comes out next. Here we go folks, got another find. And this time it's another coin, but I can't make out what it is. It's very badly worn. Here it is. Now it's got a dent or a marking on this side on this. Now I know sometimes I used to get old coins and put marks on them and almost use them like a trader's token, I think. I'm pretty sure I've heard that somewhere. But this, I'm pretty sure it's probably a George II, could possibly even be a George I, but more than likely a George II. I'll see if I can't see anything on it when I get home, but I don't think I will on this one. Anyway, let's carry on. Now folks, our next find is another coin, and this time it's an Edwardius. Can't see which one on there, I'll have to give this a clean up. It's got I did see this one did say round the outside that it was a, there it is, there's Britannia. It's a farthing. That's quite nice. Not sure what year, there must be a year on here somewhere, but I'll give that a clean up later and we'll see. Anyway, let's carry on. Hello folks, got another find here, and literally the last one of the day before I'll be getting back to the car. Yes, you've guessed it, it's another hammered coin. I haven't wiped the mud off this yet, so we should be able to see what this is together. Oh yes, it's another one of these Edwards, I think, that's got the quatrefoil pattern right in the centre of the cross. You can just see it there. Now, I've got a funny feeling that these are the later Edwards. Just turn round a bit. Yeah, you can just see the head on there, look. Let me just give this a bit of a spray. Yes, there we go, look. You can see the head on there quite clearly now, just giving it a very light spray. And my best guess would be that that's possibly an Edward III. It could be something completely different, because the hair looks a bit different on this one. That's great. Anyway, like I say, I've had a brilliant afternoon here, or day really, but I've got to be getting back home. That's lovely. Anyway, hopefully you will see me again next week. And I should be on permission number 2. Anyway, goodbye for now.